Hello, welcome to this video about the original Sony RX100 in 2020. So I have here the original Sony RX100. I've added a few modifications. I put an extra grip on here because otherwise, like this side, the camera's quite hard to grip. And I put a filter thread on the front, and this is a sticker. And on the back, I've just put a screen protector. But other than that, this is the Sony RX100 Mark I, and we're going to talk today in this video about is it still worth it in 2020? The Sony RX100 is a small pocketable camera. Just a quick summary of the specs. It has a CMOS 1-inch 20.2 megapixel sensor, has a zoom range from 28 to 100 millimeters at 35mm equivalent. Its aperture range is from 1.8 to 4.9. It has steady shot stabilization. Continuous shooting will go up to 10 frames per second, and the buffer can hold 13 images. In video, it will do 50 or 60p in 1080 depending on your video region, and the video formats are AVC, HD and MP4. Let's have a look at it. So we've got HDMI out here. In here we've got battery, which is the NP-BX1, and we have standard SD card slot here, tripod mount. On the back we've got one control dial, got a very minor thumb rest here, we've got a movie button, function button and a menu button. It's fairly sparse. Camera charges over USB, and you can see here we have micro USB for charging. It's very solid construction, this camera. It's all metal. Here we have our zooming. Here we have our dial for modes. We've got manual, shutter priority, aperture priority program. We've got two automated modes here, scenery mode, panorama mode, and here we have video mode. And this one is very good. This is a memory mode, so you can put your settings in on manual, save it to a preset, and just recall it with memory. Here we have a pop-up flash, and here we have two speakers. So turning on the camera, we can see the zoom range, and we can zoom in and out. The lens does protrude. The screen does not articulate at all whatsoever, and there's no EVF. As you can see on the back, we have lots and lots of information because this camera has some quite advanced features. If I want to adjust something like ISO, I need to click on this function button, and then I can cycle through the options. So we can control focus mode, ISO, white balance, metering mode, and smile shutter. So with smile shutter, we can register faces, and then when that face smiles, it will take a picture. So now if I put the flash on, we can see here that we've got our pop-up flash, and we can angle that down if we need to do some bounce flash. And the flash goes nice and flush here. The flash can do rear sync, slow shutter speeds, and normal and auto, of course. Sony is typically lambasted for its menus, but this menu isn't too complicated simply because it doesn't have all the features of later Sony cameras, but I think it has enough, to be honest. and we can record up to 28 megabits per second in 50p, and that's in the codec of ABC HD. If we go to MP4, we get 1080 by 1440, and it's at 12M, and I'm not sure what 12M is, to be honest with you. So for best video quality, I'm assuming we'll have to go for ABC HD. In video, it has steady shot, and we can go from active and standard and off.